Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone, and we are on the road with bird dogs in South Dakota. Grouse season is open, and we shot an awesome video of this opening weekend hunt. That'll be out soon, or it may already be out before you see this. Now, what we're gonna be talking about in this video is some of our key must-haves, must-dos, tips and tricks from the pros on what we're doing while we travel on the road. Now, first and foremost, this is huge. Even if you only have 2 or 3 dogs, let's say if you have one, you can walk them around on a leash. If you have 2 or 3 dogs, it falls in the category that a chain gang or a stakeout line is gonna be really, really beneficial. We literally cannot leave home without one. Now, it takes a second to pound the stakes in, but then you have not only a safe place, but an efficient place for dogs to go to the bathroom. Takes them a second to learn, but you can see old Rain here's already got it figured out. We'll come over to this side and good girl, good girl. And then we'll be able to get these 4 dogs out. Now, part of this as well, I want to talk about some of our key tips and tricks. Stakeout, chain gang is one, definitely. But at the next time, it is water. Probably one of the most important tips that I've got is making sure that you bring water from home. If you're gonna be on a long trip, it's probably, and hopping from a lot of different locations, it's probably gonna be better for you to bring water, but then switch over to bottled water if you don't actually have any more of what you brought. Where we're at, we're kind of camped here for the next couple weeks. I bring a whole truckload of water with, which is about 20 gallons. You need a lot for this number of dogs. But then after a couple days, I fill the tank back up with water here. So we're getting a mix. And then every couple days we fill it back in, and it goes from 100% home water to 50-50, 75, you get the point. Then we're switched over to the water here, and it happens gradually. That's something that a lot of people don't think about. They think about food and making food switches on their stomach, but how much individual water, whether you're on a well or city, or you're going to a well water, it makes a big difference to have water adjustments happen as well. Just a little PSA, we carry a poop scoop with us and bags. I scoop everything everywhere we go, whether we stop on the road, whether we're here. Clean up after yourself, folks. If you found a good spot to let dogs out, probably somebody else is gonna find it. Nobody wants to walk out there and step in that. So clean up after yourself. Next thing is, while we're on the road and hunting, it's hard to get enough water in our dogs. So I've got food stacked out here. I'm gonna come around to this side and we'll go ahead and show you what floating food looks like. This is a really good way to help force a little bit of hydration on the dogs. They're excited to eat. We had a big full day of hunting. And it's easy to push a little bit extra. Now, just to show this, I've only got about just enough water that it covered it, and then it starts to float. The food is basically flat. It's not floating. It just starts to float. It brings it up enough that the dogs can then, there you go, baby. Oh, that one's not yours. Sorry. I'll give this one to you, dear. Psych. It gets just enough water in there that the dogs then have to lick, forces hydration, that being it. Now, you may be asking, what dog food are we feeding? And we've been really big fans of the Eukanuba premium performance dog food. And the thing with that is, when we're on the road and we're hunting, the workload changes drastically. So at home, we may be running, and though we condition, we do all these things, they're in very consistent climate. You know, they're not running quite as much. They probably ran in the vicinity of, 10 to 15 miles today. That's an average day hunting. And we have food at home that they're eating. It's the 26-16, or even some of the dogs eat the 30-20, that sport formula. And when we get onto the road, we need to be able to give them more. So you can switch between these different formulas very, very, very easy. not having digestive issues, but getting the dogs the calories that they need. So again, you can see how easy that is. Everybody's out, everybody's fed, and I'm not chasing anybody around. So some of these, to recap, some of the cool points that we've got in tips and tricks for traveling: haul your water, float your food, use stakeouts or tie out lines to keep your dog safe and make the whole process more efficient, easier. Clean up after yourself. And last, I'm gonna say, because it's early season stuff, but even late season stuff, make sure that your dogs are acclimated not only to what you're going to be doing hunting, but also the weather itself. Warmer temperatures like we're dealing with, it's almost 85 degrees today now. We hunted in the morning, it got warm. We have to pay attention to where they're at in the trailer. We're gonna do another video here short to show the rig, kind of how that's thought out, but pay attention to the temperatures, read your dogs, and you guys will have a fun and successful hunt. These are my tips and tricks for traveling with dogs on a hunting trip. I'm the guy with the pink gun. I'll see you in the next video.